Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day in this confusing Catskill Mountains where one morning it's 90 degrees and the next morning, like today, it's in the high 50s. But it's all good. We roll with the flexibility of the temperature, global instability. Welcome to the Isaac Wolowik channel for growth and spirituality for those that want to improve their wonderful and delightful character. So in this first episode, we will give some examples of deflection and why we do it and what to do instead. Because all too often we are told what not to do, but we're not given the methods of what to do when we are cornered or when we feel uncomfortable or when we are challenged. So we're gonna tell you the no's and the yes. So you walk into the home and we're gonna give this example, and the next example we do the reverse. The husband comes home, looks at his wife and goes, "Oh, no. I could already tell on her face, she's upset." So the husband walks over to his wife, which he could tell it's not the usual, "Hello, how are you? How was work?" It's like she's sitting and not even picking up her head to acknowledge that he just walked into the house. And he says, "Is everything okay?" And she says, "No, I'm very, very hurt. What you said this morning when you walked out the house." "Oh my gosh, you're so sensitive." And the husband just strolls down the hallway. That is precisely deflection. Your wife is telling you that she's hurt. And instead of finding out exactly what hurt her, and we're soon going to see what we could do about it, we deflect, which means me, the husband, I'm okay. You have an issue. Before we go on what to do instead and how to go about it, let me ask you, all men, isn't that interesting that us, not only men but women as well, we strive for being right instead of being effective? You know, from the past, when you blamed or deflected and said you are the one that's sensitive, it's not that your wife would go and go, oh, I'm so happy you told me that. I apologize. No, you were okay. I'm sensitive." And she walks over to you and gives you a big hug. I don't think it ever happened in the history of planet Earth. Unless it's someone that's emotionally abused that always thinks it's their fault. But the average person will never do it. So you as a husband, not that's married a year or a few months, the husbands that are married for 30 years or 50 years, I've seen the people married for 50 years. And your wife says to you, "You hurt my feelings." You know by walking away and saying, "Oh my gosh, you're just so sensitive. I gotta walk in eggshells around you. Cannot say anything. Like I just can't talk." My question and my challenge to you is, why do you do it if you know not only you will not get your way, you know it's going to backfire, and the argument will be even larger, and the explosion and the lack of harmony will be even stronger? Why do you do it? This is not a judgment. This is just a question to challenge you. Why would you want to do something? How does Einstein say? I forget the exact words. Insanity. What's the definition of insanity? When you repeat the same thing over and over and you expect a different result. So the person that's married for a few months, or that's in a relationship, I understand, because you think maybe after 4 months they'll get it. So when your wife tells you, or she shows you that she's upset, and you go, "Oh my gosh, you're just so sensitive," you know it doesn't work. So let's establish today that we're not doing that, not because it's right or wrong. Well, happens to be wrong. I believe so. That's deflection. Let's find a method. What will work? Forget about for your wife, but for you. It will work better for you. That you will be treated better. This is a win-win situation. You can't ask for better. What you have done and what we all do till now, which deflection, is lose-lose. Everyone is losing. Everyone is losing beyond. Please join me next week, and we will discuss what to do instead, and maybe insert why we do something lose-lose instead of doing something for win-win, where both of us can be happy. But till then, always do remember, at your core, you are great. You are greater than you think you are. And of course, we do things to hurt us, not because we're bad or we're stupid, because we have programs. Although we think we're fully in control, we're very wise. I've learned through life as I'm getting older and older, the wisest people have a program that overrides their wisdom, and that is the program of the amygdala, the program of their youth, the program that they have seen in their childhood. Have an awesome day. Thanks for listening.